Hello everyone, welcome in. We are doing our Unit 6 test over energy. This is the read aloud version, so if you have it in a modification that you need your test read aloud, you are in the right spot. So here we go. You make sure your screen looks like mine and you have this Unit 6 test energy at the top. Go ahead, the first thing you need to do in this box is type in your name. So first name, last name, please. Remember, at any time during this recording, if you need to pause for a second, you can pause me. You can rewind me. Make me make funny faces in that rewind. It's fun. But you can rewind anytime you need to go back and have a question reread, or if you weren't sure. You can always go back. You can always pause me. Okay, take the time that you need. All right, in the next one, go ahead and select whatever period you are with myself or Miss Anderson. So what class period are you in? And most of the time, this one you will have to move on to the next section. There'll be a button down here in the corner to click. My test isn't set up that way, so it's just going to kind of keep going on. So here we go. First section. Make sure yours says diagram up here at the top, and you are going to use the diagram and the little story here to answer the questions in this section. So let's read about our roller coaster. It says, as of 2017, the tallest roller coaster in the world is the Kingda Ka, located at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey. It stands 139 meters tall, and at one point, the car dropped 127 meters. Roller coasters are a great way to investigate energy. Look at the diagram of the roller coaster below and answer the following question. So here is our roller coaster. Here's all of our hills and bumps and bounces. And here we go. At what point on the track does the car have the greatest potential energy and the greatest kinetic energy? So at what point on this track will it have the greatest potential energy and the greatest kinetic energy? The first one says at the ending point and at the starting point. So greatest is at the ending point, greatest potential, greatest kinetic is at the ending point. Greatest potential is at the starting point, greatest kinetic is at the ending point. Greatest kinetic is at the highest point on the track, and the greatest kinetic is at the lowest point on the track. Greatest kinetic at the lowest point on the track, and the greatest potential is at the lowest point on the track, and the greatest kinetic is at the highest point on the track. Go ahead and select your answer. Remember, pause me if you need to. Your next question is a long answer text, meaning you're going to have to write out a paragraph. A couple of sentences is going to be appropriate here. Make sure you're using punctuation and correct grammar and capitalization. Explain how energy is conserved in the roller coaster ride, including descriptions of at least one energy transfer and at least 2 energy transformations. So remember, you have that law of conservation. You have to put that in there. And energy transfers, okay, it starts at this and it transforms to this. Okay, so you need 2 transformations and a transfer. So take your time, pause me. Keep going. All right, after you've got your writing done, you're going to click that next button and we're going to go on to section 3. This one is a kind of tricky, guys. It's a check all that apply. So make sure in this section you are selecting multiple answers, and it will tell you probably how many you need to have, but you're going to select more than one, and that's important to know. Okay, so you're going to select more than one answer for the following question. Here we go. This first one, Marcus is hanging a porch swing on his front porch. The first thing he has to do is attach 2 springs to the ceiling. Then he fastens the swing to the springs so they can stretch and support the weight of the swing. Which 2 types of potential energy do the springs have? So 2 types of potential energy. Remember, you're going to look for 2 and check 2. The first one is elastic. The second is gravitational. The third is kinetic. The fourth is stretched. Pick 2. Sunlight enables plants to use water and carbon dioxide during photosynthesis to make and store sugar. An animal that eats the plant can convert the sugar into the energy it needs to move from one place to another. Which 3 types of energy are involved in this example? 3. So you're going to select 3 on this one. Is it chemical, electromagnetic, kinetic, thermal? Those are your 4 choices. You have to pick 3. Chloe is training for her first half marathon, which requires her to run 21.1 kilometers. Before she runs, she carefully chooses the foods that will give her the energy her body requires for the race. She stands still at the starting line, then she starts running, her body warming up as she runs. Which 3 energy transformations take place in this example? 3. So pick 3. Is it chemical energy to kinetic energy, chemical energy to thermal energy, mechanical energy to chemical energy, potential energy to kinetic energy? All right, last section, it is multiple choice. So here we go. Select the best. So this time you're only picking one answer that is going to complete the question or answer the question, so only one in this section. Michael loves to play the piano. When he hits a key, energy from the key starts a transfer of energy. Which energy transfer order is correct so that you hear the music he plays? Here you go. From your eardrum to the air to a string in the piano. From the air to a string in the piano to your eardrum. From a string in the piano to the air to your eardrum. Which is the correct order if he strikes the key to get that sound from the piano so you can hear it? What energy transformation takes place when you turn on an electric light? Chemical to light and heat. Chemical to electrical and heat. Mechanical to light and heat. Or electrical to light and heat. A hair dryer converts, so think of drying your hair, electrical energy into chemical energy, electrical energy into thermal energy, chemical energy into mechanical energy, thermal energy into mechanical. Remember, you can pause me at any time and go back and have me reread. What energy transformation occurs when gasoline burns in an automobile? Thermal to electrical and mechanical, mechanical to chemical and electrical, chemical to thermal and nuclear, chemical to mechanical and thermal. Which of the following is not a form of energy? So light, sound, air, electricity. Not a form of energy. Like we have about 4 more. Here we go. Next one right here. Kinetic energy is the energy of motion, potential, gravity, distance. Which of the following is the best example of increasing an object's potential energy? Rolling a bowling ball, turning on a light bulb, stretching a rubber band, dropping a pencil. Which of the following is a type of energy that is not involved in the human body's everyday processes? Mechanical energy, nuclear energy, thermal energy, chemical energy. Your last question. Which of the following describes the law of conservation of energy? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy can be only released through transformation. When energy is conserved, it always changes forms. Energy increases when it is transferred from one object to another. Make sure you hit submit when you are all done. You can have me rewind and go back and read questions as you need.